And now Parham. Jones slashing inside. What a tough take off the glass and counted for Sean Jones. Chase Ross attacks the zone and right to the rim for two. The Southern team was picked second in the preseason poll out of 12 teams in the league. Parham in the middle. Off the dish by Ross. Up and in. Emphatic for Parham. Jacobs had it knocked away. Great defense. Stayed right with him. Adrian Stevens down the court. James. Ross on the push. All the way. Chase Ross. Hello. Game effort by Southern University at Fiserv Forum tonight. But the Golden Eagles getting into triple digits. 100-82. Pulling away in the second half.
And Marquette moves to 2-0 on the season. And they're doing some recruitment. They're going to I don't know if you noticed yesterday. They're recruiting right now. Did you see this?
No.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. It's part of the morning mind dump that you don't want to miss today. There's some things with college basketball that just are getting worse, it appears, in terms of conversation. What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. My name is Trevor Thomas. He is Josh Albrecht.
Hi.
He bowled last night. He did. Yep, he did.
Sure did.
How'd you do?
I was okay. Went 234, 220, and then I had like a $1.90.
What is wrong with your third game?
Well, I'll tell you, it was because sometimes when you know that the team has it locked up, and then you have a teammate that is doing really well, you kind of focus more on them, and you're kind of, or if they had a really good game, and then you're celebrating a little bit with them, and then you lose track of what you're doing, and the lanes break down, and then you go, oh, crap, I'm not going to break 2-0 this game.
But respectfully, sir, that's like numerous games in a row for you where your third game is.
Yeah. No, you're that's multiple weeks of that being the case. I'm 215 or higher averaging per game.
For the first two games?
No. Per series.
Fix it.
So I'll take that.
A really packed show again today. Can't wait to talk to Wes Hodkiewicz, our guy Wes Hod from the Packers. He'll join us at 8:00 to start previewing what is a big game. Turns out this one's important.
Yeah, I think this was marked on a lot of people's calendars.
Monday night, Philly coming to town, a rematch of a particular playoff game from last year. And, they won the Super Bowl. And, they have 2 losses. Mm-hmm. Almost as if we might get the Packers to show up that wants to beat teams like that versus the Packers that show up against the Panthers. That's one of my questions for Wes today. Which one are we going to get, and why do we have such polar opposites in regards to the team right now?
It's a great question.
The new podcast that I told you I did yesterday, that's out this morning wherever you listen to podcasts, which is what I bring this up because you can now hear this show wherever you listen to podcasts. If you miss the morning show, yeah, you can.
Where?
Go in there and search in wherever you listen to podcasts.
Wow.
Inside Wisconsin Sports. Just go and search that. We should pop up.
We should.
So if you ever miss this, you don't have to miss this anymore. You don't.
It's true. No more excuses of, man, sorry, I slept in that morning. No worries. It's everywhere.
What is sleeping in? Tell me more.
Yeah, it's a good point.
I'd like to do that. Lambeau Field wakes up today. We hear from the players for the first time since the loss. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Tuesday, Wednesday were like their normal, I don't know what you call it, off days because they play on Monday. So I'm not sure. Obviously, the players were in. We know that, but we didn't have any access to them. That changes today. After practice, we will hear from the players. Matt LaFleur chats with the media at approximately 11:05. And we haven't heard from him since Monday. And I would really wonder if they're going to get a lot of questions about, the last game, or are we just looking forward?
Yeah, I think he's going to get a lot of questions the last game. Don't you think that we're not over it? Specifically with LaFleur? No.
Well,
I want answers.
He tried after the game, and then he tried again on Monday, and maybe we'll have more answers today, question mark?
Yeah,
Doubt it.
no, I
I'll
want
take
more.
the under. I'll take the under. The idea of baseball is still top of mind for me because there's a lot of debate about all of the stuff that the Brewers are going through. And we talked to Jeff Levering about it yesterday. In case you missed that, go look that up on the Inside Wisconsin Sports podcast options.
Which you can do anywhere. You can find it anywhere you get podcasts.
I found some audio, though, of you and I talking about the World Series off the air. So, confession, I recorded it. And
you jerk.
I didn't tell you because, frankly, I don't have to. Wisconsin is a single record state, meaning if I say it's okay, by golly, it's okay. Do you have that by chance? I sent it to you this morning. It's you and I talking about the World Series.
Are you positive this is clean for air?
I cleaned it.
Okay. All right.
Took it through the scrubber.
All right. Yeah,
All right,
I got
hit
it.
play.
That was an awesome 7 games of baseball, man. It was back and forth. Both teams had their shining moments. Blue Jays are up all game going into the 8th inning.
So you're telling me I'm supposed to get excited
is
about a Canadian baseball team and a team that just
It's
spends
the
more
Blue
money than
Jays.
everybody else? Who the cares about either?
Both of them spend more money than everybody. It's baseball.
Yeah, that's why baseball sucks. That's why baseball sucks. You just buy World Series championships. It's the dumbest thing in the world.
I was enjoying out of it. It's exciting.
It's exciting. It's exciting that the team that spent the most money and everybody knew was going to win the World Series won the World Series.
It was the unexpected person that won it for him.
It was unexpected. Everybody knew this was going to happen before the season. We just had a bunch of meaningless happen before it, and then it happened. So, yeah, no, baseball not getting my stamp.
There you go. I mean,
Man,
so I'm sorry I didn't tell
sound-
you I was recording.
I sound like a Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, you do. And I sound like I'm going to marry Taylor Swift. How perfect was that? I heard that on New Heights.
Yeah.
And that was so you and I.
Yeah, it was.
Like, oh, man, I love the World Series. This is great. What's there to love about it? See, we can do New Heights if we really wanted to with the Kelsey brothers.
Yeah, if that's essentially what we are. We're
That's exactly what it
the same.
sounds like. Does it not? I mean, scroll back in this
that
show.
one, that one did a little bit. You can
little
identify
bit.
it. You can
What's-
identify it.
Baseball sucks. And I'm over here going, but it's still fun to watch.
It was still super cool.
There's other sports that are
That's
fun
funny.
to watch for all you people that hate the way baseball is. We're going to talk about that later in the show. Wisconsin volleyball played last night, and that got us thinking, that's kind of a non-mainstream sport that's super fun to watch. And we talked to Mike Jakubowski yesterday, who actually is the public address announcer for the PBA, the Professional Bowlers Association.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy watching that.
Do you?
I do. Well, we'll talk about it later in regards to what is a good sport to watch that you wouldn't necessarily watch all the time. Do you listen to Packer podcasts?
A few, but
Which
not
ones?
not usually. A shout out to my boy Andy and Pack-A-Day.
Yeah, Pack-A-Day podcast.
Yeah,
365 days a year.
And then just some stuff from Cheesehead TV, but it's never like something that's just like, I mean, they've got 35 of them over there. And so
They do. Yeah.
there's usually not a ton that it's like, oh, I can't miss this one. It's Tuesday. Got to listen to this one.
I actually talked to Corey about that very thing on the Inside Wisconsin podcast that just came out wherever you listen to podcasts. The video will hit YouTube later today. I asked him what it was like at the beginning of Cheesehead TV with him and Aaron. And they literally were just having a weekly phone call.
Mm-hmm.
Those two, just rapping about the Packers. And then they're like, I wonder if we should turn this into a podcast. Way before podcasts were a thing, by the way.
Right. Because now everyone has that thought.
Right. We should turn this into a podcast. And then you start your own podcast. And you're like, God, this is a pain. There's a lot. Like, podcasts are no joke. People don't understand the grind that is a podcast.
Also, listening to podcasts
That's a grind.
is a grind.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh.
I have never understood how people can. Yeah, I listen to 19 podcasts. How do you have that much free time in your day?
What is your commute though to the office in the morning?
20 minutes. 15,
Yeah, that's
20 minutes.
exactly what mine is.
Yeah.
So that's ironically the average watch time / listen time of an Inside Wisconsin podcast. It's 20 minutes.
Right. But I'm saying a lot of times that's not the case. And I've found that people will listen to podcasts on 2 times speed
Oh yeah.
to try. I can't do that.
I can't. I'm at most 1.25.
At that point, I'm not even comprehending what you're saying. I'm not digesting what you're saying.
I don't know about you, though. I can hit play on anything. Podcast, video on my phone, hell, something on the TV. I can hit play. And 3 seconds later, I'm already not paying attention. So this has very little to do with podcasts. It's just life in general.
Ooh, a bird.
Yeah, squirrel. Well, my family talks about that a lot. They literally go, my wife, my lovely wife, Amanda, I'm still alive, by the way.
Very, very lovely.
Thank you. Yeah.
Wonderful.
She did text me yesterday when she got to work that real pants still suck, by the way.
Okay.
So tomorrow, I think
She's not
works
wrong.
from home again. She's not wrong. Nobody wants to wear pants ever. Sweatpants or leggings or shorts. What was I talking about? See, this is what you get, Josh.
I don't know. I don't know what's the worst part. I don't know. What were you saying? I don't know.
Amanda was telling the boys that if you really need my attention, you have to say my name, like Dad. And then I go, right? Because if I'm buried, I'm buried, right? If it's really bad, my oldest son, Rhodey, goes, Trevor. And I'm like, you son of a...
Yeah.
Don't. Well, I needed to get your attention. Okay, it worked, but don't.
Okay, it was a good method, but don't do it again.
When the Eagles fans come to town, Josh, they get everybody's attention. We're going to talk about that at 7:25. Stats don't lie. Eagles fans suck. Any other questions? If you're looking to get into a fight on Monday night, this is the one to do it. No, I'm not suggesting that.
Yeah, don't fight.
Don't fight, but a lot of people do. Apparently, that wear that color green. Not our green. Our green is very nice and Midwest welcoming. That other Philly green, not so much. I'll share with you the stats that I found about arrests and ejections. And if you're really looking for an average, you're supposed to take out the highest one and the lowest one, right? And then you find the mean, I think it's called.
Yeah. Median, mean.
Mean?
Mean.
I think it's mean.
I think it's mean.
The idea of the Eagles fans coming to town and screwing up that average is real. Wait until you hear the stats later in the show about how many arrests and how many ejections happened in a very infamous Thursday night game when the Eagles came to town back in 2019. Do you remember the purple sombrero news?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll talk about that too. What is the worst birthday present you've ever been given? Tucker Kraft did not have a great birthday on Monday.
No, some would say like the worst birthday.
Who had a worse birthday, though? Jordan Love on Sunday or Tucker Kraft on Monday?
Oh, good question. I still say Tucker Kraft, but both did not have fun birthdays.
Well, I mean, from a birthday gift standpoint, Jordan Love got a big L, and Tucker Kraft got a trip to an MRI, and then a scheduled surgery date.
Yeah, Tucker Kraft's is the gift that unfortunately kept on giving, though.
Yeah, and it's going to be giving for about the next 9 months.
That's the difference.
Give or take.
Yeah, love to talk about, and we'll get to it. But worst birthday that our listeners on the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line. If you've had a rough birthday, we want to hear about it. We'll get to that later in the show.
414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law Fan Talk and text line. The 262 mean, median, and mode. Do you know what those mean, Josh?
No.
I think mean's average.
Yeah.
Median's middle.
Okay.
I have no idea what mode is.
And that like a.
It was about that time in high school math.
Squirrel.
I looked to the poster on my right and saw minimal math, radio DJ.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Oh, that's what I should do.
In.
Hey, I got to tell you about something that happened last night at bowling.
Please do.
So shout out to my my teammate, Alex. I don't know if I doubt he's listening. He's probably still sleeping. I would after what he did. So he's bowling really well. Second game, he has the front nine. Okay, for people who don't bowl, that means he has 9 strikes in a row. You need 12 to have a 300 game. Mm-hmm. So he's got them all through 9 frames. He's going to the 10th where you got to get 3 strikes in a row. He misses in the first frame of the 10th, first ball of the 10th frame. Ends that game with a 278. Still a great game. Right before he did that, someone like 5 or 6 lanes down bowled a 300. And then he crapped the bed.
Is that every time you guys bowl, somebody's bowling a 300?
No, not every time.
Crazy.
But then we're all like, hey, it was still a good game. Team won, everything like that. We go into the third game, and he misses again in the 10th. And we're like, he didn't have the front nine, but he misses on his football in the 10th. We're like, hey, yeah, you're still a good game. And he goes, oh, I'm not worried about it. I got my 800. And we all felt like terrible
Which, by the way,
teammates.
is a big deal. For those that
Huge.
don't bowl,
Yeah, huge.
600 series is like great night. That's three games on average over 200.
That's 200 average. Yep.
700 is like, whoa.
Yep, that's like a 233.3 average. Yep. And then 800 is
absurd.
Right, you're 260 plus.
It's a lot of strikes.
And he said that, and we all felt like terrible teammates. We were like, oh, we didn't even realize he was that close to an 8. And so we were like, well, good job, bud. Hey, you did it. Good job. He was the only one paying attention, caring about himself.
Yeah, well done.
And then the team we're bowling against is adding up the scores, and they go, oh. And we go, what? Well, I'm hoping my math's wrong. We look in the computer, 799 series.
Oh, ouch.
You don't get anything for a 799 series. There's no ring. There's no honor score. You don't get to tell people, well, I had three 300s and one 799. No one cares about the 799. A 799 series. And then you just spend the rest of the night thinking about that one pin that you missed right at the end in that 10th frame. And they made the announcement congratulating him on a great night of bowling with a 799 series, and then said
salt wound.
He would have had an 8 if he would have closed out the 300 game.
Oh my gosh. Or at least just not pooed the bed. Did he get a 9 on that first ball in the 10th?
Yeah. And we're just we're just like, oh, what a great night of bowling that essentially means nothing. You go home with nothing.
Nicolay Law fan talking text line. Do we have adult examples of what this is like for us? How close were you to something absolutely epic and then realize you came up just short, even though you thought you were there?
Because being one pin short in 3 games of bowling, that's pretty tough. That's pretty tough to do.
It's hard. The Nicolay Law fan talking text line, 414-677-1250. The only thing that came to mind when you told me about this is that if I thought I had a home run in beer league softball and I start to do the got it trot, not that you have to bat flip in beer league softball, that's not a thing, but usually can feel if you get it. This past season, I don't know if the wind was just weird, but it was early in the season and I absolutely tattooed one and I felt it and the whole dugout knew it. And that ball hung up and then went sideways to the point where the left fielder was literally running sideways. I mean, at the fence, looking up, and then ran sideways. And I'm like, what? That felt.
And then
that's the only thing
deflated.
Luckily, it didn't get caught.
I was curious if you ever had a situation where, like, since I know you're a hunter, to where you thought you shot one, you thought you got it, and then you go to retrieve and nope, nothing's there.
Yeah, that's unfortunately quite normal, especially in bow hunting. It's not that it's not there. It's that you really don't know where your shot is. I could give you a whole lesson on when to back out of the woods, when not to back out, how to track, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. And if you've been bow hunting for some time and you've never shot and hit the animal and thought you got it, and then you go to get it and it's not there and you never find it, then you've never bow hunted. Because that is not an easy deal. Those are some tough-ass animals.
Yeah.
There's a window that appears larger than it should be, but is especially old bucks don't go down easy.
Sure.
And I have had numerous occasions where I've shot. I thought it was a good shot. I wait a half an hour to get out of the stand. I get out of the stand. I go and look, and the deer jumps up and runs away. And I'm like, whoa.
Oh.
So that then you back out.
The closest I ever had was actually still bowling, and it was when I was 16, and I had a 299 game. And my coach at league, because it was youth leagues, went down the lane and grabbed the pin I missed and gave it to me and said, here's the one you missed. And I was like, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Look at the math lessons we're getting on the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line. When we return, we'll tell you exactly what mode means. In case you were wondering what mean, median, and mode. My bad
If you
for
woke
not
up this morning.
remembering my sophomore year of high school in Algebra B.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't paying attention.
I am out. Sports Talk on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network is presented by Paramount Plus. You can't count on much, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started. Up next, I have a question, and it's about podcasts and Packer podcasts in general. And you have something in regards to bobbleheads, which
I do
mean a lot to me.
Ooh.
If you've ever seen the set on the Inside Wisconsin podcast,
then I definitely have a question for you.
Nothing but bobbleheads behind me. All that and so much more. We're glad you are here with us on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Welcome back inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Join us live on YouTube, youtube.com/@WI Sports Radio, and on X as well, @WI Sports Radio. We are live there with our mugs. And is that a pink Brewers hat today?
It is. And
I like it a lot.
Thank you. It's an older one, and I end up wearing this hat a lot. I could not replace it. So I'm worried about the day when it's no longer wearable.
Have you counted your hats?
I have from time to time. Yeah.
What's the number?
Do you have a guess?
250.
More.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
My buddy Brett Bubolz has this same hat addiction you do. I wonder how many he has. How many? 300.
It's like 308. Yeah.
Wow. 308, depending on the day of the week or what?
What?
How many hats per year? Like one a week?
What
do you get?
Do I buy?
A new hat a week? Yeah.
No. I've severely cut back. The majority of the hats
Doesn't sound like it.
The majority of the hats that I own, like it used to be one a week. I used to go into the lids at Brookfield Square Mall down here in the Milwaukee area, and they knew me by name. The guy would literally be like, "Josh, dude, this new hat came out. I put one aside for you. I knew you'd love it." Like,
Jeez.
That's how often I was in the store. Oh, to have that money back.
Real quick, before we get to I Have Questions, we talked in the last segment about mean, median, and mode. Yep, you're listening to Inside Wisconsin Sports, so you're not lost. So mode apparently is the number that appears most often in a data set. You know what's funny about that is the second you put it that way, I'm like, oh yeah, mode, most.
Oh,
that's how they taught.
It's funny. The second you started giving that definition, I went squirrel.
This, by the way, it might be my favorite text so far in the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line. This says, feel free to reach out at this number when needed. I teach AP statistics. Signed, Aaron in, Illinois.
Brilliant.
He literally apologized.
He apologized for being from Illinois and thought, hey, in case we need more math help, let me help these guys.
Thanks to Dominic in Hales Corners as well, who's a teacher in the MPS system. We appreciate what you guys do. That's God's work. You teachers.
Oh,
thank you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Seriously.
All right. I have questions.
Okay. Before we get to our questions, Trevor, based on a story that I brought up from bowling last night of my friend Alex throwing a 799 series.
Oh, so close.
I mean, literally one pin away from an 800 series. We asked, has anyone else had something they've done in their adult life that would line up in a similar situation? And on the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line, we had Steve from the Shaw who said, I came within the length of a quarter, so picture that, like what, an inch and a half, away from getting a hole in one. I had never had one. What? An inch?
A quarter, buddy, maybe 3/4 of an inch, inch and a half.
What? Yeah.
Go find a quarter. A hole in one.
I mean,
a quarter away.
It's less than the size of a golf ball.
It is less than the size of a golf ball. This is true.
So I mean, that's crazy close.
That is close and very awful. Have you ever gotten a hole in one?
No, and that's for your first. That's for his first. My buddy Alex, he's had an 800 before.
Do you golf?
Poorly.
I would like to see that.
Yeah.
We should do golf hunting.
Oh, I bet you're like a good golfer too. Tall.
Depends on the day and the swing oil.
Yeah.
How many Packers podcasts do you listen to? That's the question I have today. So it's top of mind for me because yesterday we recorded today's Inside Wisconsin podcast with Corey Benke, the co-founder and co-host of Cheesehead TV and their podcast called Packer Transplants.
Mm-hmm.
And it got me thinking. There's a lot of podcasts to choose from. Let's be real. That's why the one that we created 5 years ago is dedicated to Wisconsin because there wasn't a lot of those. So that's what you get with the Inside Wisconsin podcast. Shocker. It's in the name.
Yeah.
Do you know how many Packers podcasts are out there?
77.
A lot. I just asked the old Chat GPT to give me 10, and it was like, well, here's 10 in no particular order. I'm just curious to know if you've ever listened to any of these.
Okay.
I'm asking you, and I'm asking the Nicolay Law fan talking text line. So obviously Packer Transplants, Cheesehead TV, Aaron Nagler, Corey Binke.
Mm-hmm.
That's a regular one. I believe that's live every single day. We obviously know Pack a Day.
Once a week. Once a week, I think they do that.
Is it?
Packer Transplants.
There's something that's talked about from Cheesehead TV every single day about Aaron Nagler.
Yes, that is true.
The Pack a Day podcast is the one that's literally every single day, 365 days a year.
With our boy Andy Herman, you bet.
We'll talk to him again on Friday about the Packers game coming up on Monday night. Do we get to talk to him on Monday too?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're talking. We're doing it all.
We also have another confirmed guest that I don't think I told you about quite yet. Did I tell you who's coming on the show on Monday?
Nope.
Outside of Andy Herman? At 8 a.m. on Monday morning, the voice of the Green Bay Packers, Wayne Larrabee.
My
will
buddy
join us
Wayne.
Here on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Monday morning, 8 a.m.,
Yay.
the day of the game. Our thanks to Wayne for popping on. Locked On Packers with Steve Bukowski. Heard of that one?
Peter Bukowski.
What did I say? Roger?
Steve. Tom. Peter.
I've seen that. Steve. Green 19 is another Packer podcast. Blue 58. I haven't heard of some of these, and I'm sorry.
You can't apologize for that.
There's so many.
There's so many, man.
Packers Unscripted. We'll have one of the hosts of Packers Unscripted, which is the official team podcast by Mike Spofford and Wes Hodkiewicz of the Green Bay Packers.
Now this is funny. I know that I've listened to Wes talking Packers, but I don't even know that I knew the name. It's
Packers
just
Unscripted.
It's just so much.
There's a lot. Nicolay Law fan talking text line. I listen to this show every day, never a Packer podcast. Well, thank you. I really appreciate it.
We do appreciate it choosing us.
Is that my wife or yours?
I was going to say, thank you, burner phone.
Somebody in the 920. Appreciate you there. Josh, what's your question?
Yeah, I have questions. Are bobbleheads not a cool fan giveaway anymore?
Why do you ask?
Well, based on my question yesterday, I learned I should do some research about my question before we bring it up on here.
Okay.
And so I was looking, first of all, I have a pretty extensive bobblehead collection.
That's funny. You do?
Yeah. And I have some ones that are rare. I actually was lucky enough with the Josh and Around Milwaukee podcast that I do with Visit Milwaukee here in town. The Bobblehead Museum, which is also in Milwaukee, made a bobblehead of me and the other Josh Albrecht for the show. So we are in the Bobblehead Hall of Fame and Museum that is in Milwaukee. And so I've always been a big fan of it, but I was like, I don't feel like there were a ton of bobblehead games this last year at AmFam for the Brewers, because the Brewers were always the number one. Baseball was always the biggest giveaway of bobbleheads. And I went back and I looked, and there were three games out of 81. 3 games had bobbleheads. I was like, that's nuts. I feel like there used to be at every Sunday, at least one Sunday a month, it was a bobblehead game. So I went back and I looked at 2022 in comparison, and there were 7 bobblehead games in 2022. So I'm wondering, like, did someone do some research, and is the cost-benefit analysis on bobbleheads not the same? Do people not care about getting the bobbleheads anymore? Is that
minor
going
league
away?
baseball and the Northwoods League in general here in the Midwest, specifically Wisconsin, they're the ones that own the bobblehead category. I don't know that Major League Baseball had always done bobbleheads. I feel like the minors and the summer collegiate, they go hard in the bobblehead category. I don't know about the majors. I mean, I think they've always done them, but not nearly like they do. Here's an example. The Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, the Class A affiliate of the Milwaukee Brewers in Appleton.
Yep, love them.
They actually have a bobblehead ticket seating option. Like, they literally have a 10-pack of the bobblehead games. At least that's the way I'm reading this. There are 10 bobbleheads that they have on their calendar for this season of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. And they do it right. Obviously, there's one from Fang. That's their mascot.
Yep.
They have a Luis Pena bobblehead.
Yep.
Jesus Mate bobblehead. Jacob Mizorowski. Ever heard of him?
I
Thought
have.
you might. Jackson Churio. These are all guys that ultimately went through the T-Rat system. Bryce Terang. They have a frozen pizza bobblehead. I have questions. Sal Frelick. Dino Whiffer. He's the other mascot. And then there is a Flying Brat bobblehead. I love bobbleheads.
Yeah, me too.
But all of my bobbleheads have a story. I'm not a collector of bobbleheads. Like if you watch the podcast on YouTube, the Inside Wisconsin podcast, you'll see behind me on my set are a whole bunch of bobbleheads.
Sure.
Every single last one of those bobbleheads has a story connected to it. Like when I was in high school and McDonald's were bringing bobbleheads out of the Badgers, and it was a different Bucky Badger sport bobblehead. Does anybody else have those? Do you remember these from back in the day?
No, I don't have those.
They're really, really cool bobbleheads. They're legit. They're heavy. I was running around to McDonald's in Madison like crazy to grab these bobbleheads because I thought they were really cool. There's a hockey one, a basketball one,
you wanted to get them all.
Football one, and I believe there's just a generic Bucky Badger bobblehead. What I loved about those is that it doesn't have the McDonald's logo on it anywhere.
Oh, wow.
Like it had that
on the base? It's got to be. Really?
No, I don't think so. I'll zoom in on the old podcast.
I just listen. I mean, statistically, the Brewers have for years. It's always been player bobbleheads were huge, and then they'd usually have like a retro or a throwback. I mean, I'm talking like in the Braun and Fielder days. Like you could expect if it was a Sunday, it was a bobblehead game. Like that just happened all the time. Now, last year it was a lot of you're gonna get a hoodie or a jersey or a t-shirt or a beanie. Like they're going a lot more clothes options, which as a bigger guy, okay, I'm out on that. But I just was curious. I had the question, are bobbleheads just not cool for a giveaway anymore? Or are more places looking at it like, nah, let's move on to something else?
Can you think of a bobblehead that you wanted that you didn't get?
Ooh.
Because that would help me understand how popular they are today. Because if there's one that, I mean, you and I are bobblehead guys.
Yeah.
And so I don't remember a bobblehead that I was like, oop, that's the one that got away. Wish I would have got that.
Like back in the day, I mean, I ended up getting them eventually, but like being at the game, like the T-plush
in this
one.
moment.
Oh.
In this moment, is there a bobblehead you wish you had that you don't?
No.
That might be that might be a telling sign for two bobblehead, because I don't have one either. You and I, both bobblehead dudes. I don't have any on my list that I got to get. So
but is that not just because they're not putting them out there? If the Brewers come out this year and they tell me, hey, here's our promotional giveaways for the year, and they tell me there's a Pat Murphy one with him holding a stack of pancakes, I need that bobblehead.
Okay, that's fair. So maybe it's less about the bobblehead, more about the creative behind it.
But the point is that if they go, well, instead, let's scrap that idea and instead give them a T-shirt that says Murph's Pancakes because they think that that's going to go over better. That's my question, is that, I mean, all of these sports franchises, they have creative teams that can put things together. Well, I feel like they're going away from the bobblehead.
Based on arbitration, I think your cost analysis is perfect.
Oh, there we go. Well, good thing the Brewers held on to $900,000 to give me some good bobbleheads this season.
Doubt it. The most electrifying sound of the day is next, and that has to do with Badgers volleyball.
Volleyball?
I love it. I absolutely love it. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Trevor Thomas IW, at On Air Josh, at Inside with Sports, and the network at WI Sports Radio. I'll leave you with this. Remember our guy down in Illinois, Aaron? He says, by the way, I graduated from Muskego High School in 1989. I'm just here in Illinois because of, a girl.
Oh, that makes sense. Did you see what Trevor's troll texted in?
Jeez, T-Squared's on it. We'll get to that next. Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Who is this dude? Hey, Josh, you looked at the weather for the weekend?
No, I hadn't, Trevor.
So I told Josh in the break, Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, that it appears there's going to be potentially, hypothetically, forecastingly, some snow this weekend in Wisconsin. And you said, shut up.
Yeah. You
Why?
just kept going.
I love winter.
No,
You don't?
I'm not ready for snow.
Oh, too late. It appears snow is upon us this weekend. You've been warned. Time for the most electrifying sound of the day.
Oh, wow. What a return from Horner. Kenny Farpan is blocked by Horner. Ooh, great dig from Simon, laying out for it. Collier is up. Bumps at Swenson. Here's Kenny off the hands. Vajagic buries it in the corner. What a sequence for Wisconsin.
That's right, some Badgers volleyball for the most electrifying sound of the day, brought to you by our friends at Best Electric. Remember, no job is too big or too small for Best Electric. Don't stress. Connect with the best. Call them today or visit them online at bestelect.com.
A big dub for Badgers volleyball. Why are you guys talking about Badgers? Because it's awesome. That's why.
It is awesome.
It is so good. 3-1 over the ranked Minnesota Golden Gophers last night in Madison. Wisconsin moves to 17-4.
Yep.
And you brought up a good point here in regards to Wisconsin volleyball.
Did you hear that, everyone? I brought up a good point. What was that? What was that point?
What are we married now? Like, did you hear that? He said I was right.
Oh, look at that.
No, you said, I wonder what other sports are out there that aren't the major ones that are really fun and exciting to watch, because Wisconsin volleyball is one of them.
Yeah, volleyball in general is definitely a sport that I know people are going to take that a certain way, but the sport itself is very exciting. I mean, you're constantly like, okay, all right, okay, point. Oh, now I can exhale.
Are there others?
And they go back.
Others?
It's a good question. I mean, I'm one of those people that, for the most part, like I enjoy a lot of the Ocho type, ESPN, the Ocho type weird one-off sport.
You sit down and watch, like, do you watch Bags on TV?
So that's the one. That's the one that I don't. That's what I mean. We call it Bags. They call it cornhole. But that one, no. That's I only play it. What
about bowling? Do you watch bowling?
Yes,
I mean, you're a big bowler,
right? For me, bowling's different though, because I'm a big bowler. So I'm understanding what they're doing a lot more than, oh, he didn't knock all the pins down that time.
Mark and Eagle. Volleyball? Really? No. Mark? Yes.
Yeah.
Watch it and then tell us no.
Exactly. Mark,
badminton?
Oh, badminton is like one of my favorite sports to watch during the Olympics.
I believe you.
When you see them, I mean, just take it swinging out of their shoes to send something 10 feet.
Ping pong?
Ping pong's also awesome.
What about UFC and boxing?
I feel like I used to be into boxing a little bit more, and then it just became, I realized I'm just there for the KO.
So what's funny about UFC and KOs is you ever get down a rabbit hole on TikTok watching knockout videos?
Yes.
And then you somehow land on street fights, and I'm like, oh, that guy may not wake up.
You're like, how did I get here?
Yeah, that's how I feel about the UFC sometimes. Where I watch, I'm like, oh my God, that was amazing. And then I see he's choking on his tongue, and I'm like, oh, that's bad. This might not. Have you ever been to a UFC fight in person?
I have not.
I have. Can I tell you that watching somebody get their marbles scrambled in person takes it to a different level?
Yeah.
They put the feet up and try to get the blood back, and they're slapping them and waking them up. And I'm like, am I watching somebody die right now?
Yeah, this is not.
It feels like. Did
someone voluntarily say, I want to die? What is happening?
What about tractor pulls?
No. No.
NASCAR?
No.
Drag racing?
NASCAR is exciting to me at 5 laps. When there's 5 laps left, then I'm going, okay, because it's all steady, and that's when people go for it. And then I hate when a race finishes under a caution, though. And that's like, okay, so they went for it. There was a big wreck, and now finishes on yellow. Boo.
Andy in Brookfield on the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line, 414-677-1250. He says, have you seen the championship pillow fighting on the Ocho?
No,
I think I need to.
but I would be interested. Have you watched professional tag?
Oh, yeah, the Watt brothers used to do the play-by-play for that.
That is super fun to watch. Like
That is not a large man sport.
No, but I'll watch that. I'll watch videos of that. That's exciting to me.
LaCroix Butler, is there a way to get bobbleheads rocking an RSVL t-shirt?
Ooh.
I think that's your category.
Yeah. Maybe.
One more from the 414 before we head to the top of the hour break and come back with quite the conversation in regards to, can professional athletes play college athletics?
Yeah.
Here we go. I have 32 Brewer bobbleheads and Giannis's first bobblehead, and somebody else says, give me the t-shirt. I have a bunch of useless bobbleheads in my basement.
You don't have enough t-shirts?
Would you like to sell them? The t-shirts don't fit me. I hate it.
Right.
Hate it.
Thank you.
The morning mind dump is next. Is Giannis going to go play for Marquette? Yeah, you heard that right. Keep it here inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. We're only just begun.
And now Parham. Jones slashing inside. What a tough take off the glass and count it for Sean Jones. Chase Ross attacks the zone and right to the rim for two. This Southern team was picked second in the preseason poll out of the 12 teams in the league. Parham in the middle. Off the dish by Ross. Up and in. Emphatic for Parham. Jacobs had it knocked away. Great defense. Staying right with him. Adrian Stevens down the court. James. Ross on the push. All the way. Chase Ross. Hello. Game effort by Southern University at Fiserv Forum tonight. But the Golden Eagles getting it at triple digits. 100-82. Pulling away in the second half.
Marquette, a big winner last night, 100-82. Do you recognize that voice, by the way?
No, who is that?
Josh Mauer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We should have him on and chat about what his life looks like these days, post-Brewer season. It's Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. It was Josh Mauer and our guy Brian Butch on the call last night.
Oh, there we go.
I love how we're just rotating guys that we're super familiar with here in Wisconsin. It was Levering last time on the Marquette call. Josh Mauer and Butchie now. I love it.
Just keep it going.
So there's a lot to talk about here in the morning mind dump portion of the show. And Josh and I know that every once in a while we've got some things to get out of our head and off our chest. Or, you know what? There's just a really big topic of conversation today that is stupid. And I can't believe it's real. But yet we got to have it. And so here we go. Morning mind dump time. Yep, this one's just plain stupid. And shocker, it comes from the NCAA.
Okay.
So Giannis poked the bear last night.
Oh, Giannis.
Yesterday afternoon on his Twitter account at Giannis_AN34. Better than ANTETOKOUNMPO.
Yeah, true. LMNOP.
He says, random thoughts as I sit in my living room. Do I have college eligibility? Can I suit up for Marquette tonight? Okay. This all comes from a NCAA ruling that a person in the G League, Theria Darlin, September 23rd, 2025, the NCAA ruled that he was eligible to play Division I basketball at Santa Clara, becoming the first G League alum cleared to return to college basketball. Anybody with a brain goes, what?
Yeah, what? Huh?
Whose fault is this? Leave it to Tom Izzo from Michigan State to sum this up pretty clearly a few weeks ago.
Someone's going to say, well, if they go pro, it doesn't work out, shouldn't they be able to come back? Well, what about the freshman you recruited there? That's somebody's son. And he thinks he's got himself a good place, and all of a sudden, shazam, they pull out of their hat and bring a 21 or 22-year-old in. To me, it's ridiculous. To me, it's embarrassing. And I love my job. I don't respect my profession. And I don't respect who's ever doing that. Whoever made those decisions, because they're afraid that a lawyer's going to sue them, sooner or later, you got to fight the fight.
I love my job. I don't respect my profession.
Yeah, oof. That was a I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed equivalent.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah. Now, sometimes, though, I like playing devil's advocate on things like this.
Mm-hmm.
The NCAA and college athletics is broken anyway.
Yeah, screw it. Let's just
listen. You want to fix that? Fine. fix the whole thing with nil. The moment you changed college athletics to being, yep, you're a student at a university, you're here to get an education and play sports, to, yeah, why not go to college to make a ton of money, more money than most kids will after they get out of college? Okay, then you open the floodgates to everything else. If you're in the G League, or now out of the G League, whatever it chooses to be, and you know that a school is going to pay you money to play in college, how is that any different?
Giannis is the difference.
Right. Obviously, Giannis putting that out there was not serious. Although, man, seeing the edits of Giannis in a Marquette jersey, it had some people going.
Here we go. Marquette basketball edits him into a Marquette jersey and tweets, "You're welcome anytime."
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Hold on. It gets better. And this is where I think there's some truth to this. Shaka Smart retweets this and quotes it saying, "NCAA, what do you think?" There's no wondering where Shaka stands on all of this, to the point where he doesn't even want to talk to agents.
Right.
And it works for him.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, Shaka was aware that, like, it wasn't serious. It was, but it brings up, it focuses it into the bigger problem at hand, which is the conversation for the people that aren't in the NBA. Once someone actually makes it into the NBA and they're playing and they have NBA money, I don't think they're having that thought process, like legitimately that thought process.
I don't think so either, because that would be stupid.
Why are you thinking about playing college ball at all if you're making millions of dollars?
The whole point of this is, where does it end? So it didn't end with Theory Darlin. Okay. He's at Santa Clara. It happened shortly there again. Another ex-Ignite guard from the G League, London Johnson, committed to Louisville. The exact same new eligibility that we're talking about here from the G League, or where does it end? I think the bigger question, Josh, and I don't know the answer to this, what does eligibility look like? The NCAA is talking about getting rid of the fifth year without a first-year redshirt freshman year. But what freshmen actually think, like, where does all of this stop? And it only seems to be getting worse. Yeah, mean median mode. Not a clue. That's
yeah.
Although we got to figure it out.
Well, so, okay. I feel like then the problem is more maybe with players going to the G League, right? Which isn't up to them, right? That's a team signed you and then kind of sent you to their minor league system, right? That's how the G League works. It's if you play for the Bucks G League team, it's because the Bucks organization signed you and then sent you to the herd. It is not you chose to not go to college and instead play for the herd in hopes that you made it to the Bucks someday. So I feel like it's just it really comes down to, do the players start looking at this as, listen, I can make more money playing college ball than going to the, if I think I'm just going to end up in the G League, which I don't know how much players get paid if they're in the G League. Like, I don't know the salary ranges and how that all works, but it's got to come down to money. It's,
Jason in the 920 and the Nicolay Law fan talking text line. I didn't realize that the transfer portal included the G League.
Right.
And to Tom Izzo's point in his interview, if you have a freshman son or freshman daughter who's worked their entire youth to be ready for this moment, because everybody keeps telling us that if you want to succeed in a sport, you can't play any other sports, even though you talk to a coach and the coach is like, we love 3-sport athletes. Until that coach goes, what do you mean you can't make it to practice because you have blah, blah, blah. Right? So everybody wants all the athletes to play all the sports until that athlete chooses a different sport over your sport. And now you're mad about it. But isn't that the truth? There's D2, there's D3, there's players that are looking to move up into these programs. UW Green Bay and the Horizon League is a great example of a division within the NCAA that really should be looking at lower levels. But here now, we go, oh, what? Somebody
Sure.
that's actually playing professionally? Well, what's professional?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly. Exactly, though. That's the point. And you got to remember, too, that the NCAA goes across multiple sports. So then where do you cut it off? Is this a basketball only rule that, oh, well, if you decided to sign something, you never played an NCAA game, you came from overseas, something happened, maybe you only played 1 year. Like, what about if you did that for bowling? What about if it was bowling? And then there's NCAA Division I bowling.
I know.
What about if you went pro? You were on the PBA tour, and then you had a good run there, and you were like, you know what? I'm going to go bowl collegiately. I don't think that people are making the same stink, but should they? That's my point. Is that the NCAA is in such a tough spot because they're trying to make these rules go across all sports, and it just doesn't work that way.
What about European basketball? Overseas basketball. So you decided to go pro after your sophomore year of college.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work out, and now you're overseas playing. But you have, apparently to this rule, 2 years of eligibility left in the NCAA.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go over there and play a decade and then come back? Like, is it literally the Wild Wild West now? I mean, it's always felt that way with this name, image, likeness stuff.
But is that hadn't that always been the case? I feel like the rules, like, it's just people haven't taken advantage of it because they're like, well, I'm 32 now. I'm not going to go back to college and try to play college ball. But I feel like that's always been the case. There haven't been rules against, if you have eligibility, there's not an age discrimination. As long as you didn't play in the majors and you had eligibility, you could come back.
What time is it in Spain?
I don't know.
Look it up.
Okay.
I wonder if there's a particular guy who we all know and I guess some of us love. I wonder if he's got any eligibility left.
2:15.
2:15 in the afternoon?
Yeah.
Ha, he just read the text. Hey, what's up? I'm just finishing my workout. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
This is too good to pass up right now. Hold on.
Hold.
I gotta find our StreamYard link to send to this guy. I'm not telling you who it is.
Yeah, I have a feeling I know, but yeah, listen, it's a very interesting point. The argument I'm making is that these type of things get so complicated because of it being college. Like, like you said, where does it end? Are you going to say that it's just the G League? Is it go beyond that? Is it if you're playing in Europe, if you're doing a different, like, where's the cutoff point? Or is there not one? And if there's not one, then Giannis's argument is valid.
It's real.
Right.
Imagine if Giannis is done, let's say he's wants to retire, he's done playing NBA basketball. Does he have eligibility? I don't know if this person's going to jump on, but watch behind the scenes and see who do you think this is?
A former Badger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got a text back that says, "What's up? I'm just finishing my workout. How do I call?" I sent him the link.
Yeah,
He's typing.
This
is all in real time, by the way.
We'll see if he hops on.
None of this is planned. He did say he's in a workout. He's just finishing up. Okay, I got about 5 minutes. All right, let's do it.
All right, hop on. As we're getting him set up here, you can also make sure that you can comment and interact with the show on YouTube as well. Mary Goldbeck does that. She says, does Giannis have to attend class if he plays for Marquette? Mary, I hate to break it to you, but it's kind of been like a thing for years that a lot of the kids that attend college, they're very specific degrees that a lot of them go into, and a lot of them aren't, statistics and biology degrees. But so would Giannis attend classes? Yes, and I'm sure he would. I'm sure he would get A's without having to try too hard.
Major? What's Giannis's major?
It's a great question. Communication.
I bet you it's finance.
There's no way.
He's a genius. You don't think it's finance?
You think he'd choose finance? Finance is not I came here to play basketball major.
Oh, you're saying, yeah, but Giannis doesn't. He will go and get a degree. Does Giannis have a degree?
No, from where? No.
I'm saying they get these honorary degrees. I know he didn't go to college, McFly.
I don't know. I don't believe so.
Which former Badger do you think this is?
Sam?
Uh-uh.
Oh.
That's exactly what my wife just guessed. Think about a former Badger that played. He's playing professionally. Did somebody jump on?
Nope.
Come on.
Oh. Yep.
Did he jump on?
Yeah. Hold on.
All right. Hey, Brad Davidson, do you have any eligibility left, brother? You're live on the radio statewide on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
That's a great question. And if you can find me some, I'm all in. I got to know what doors to knock on. It sounds like we're just giving eligibility out these days.
Seriously,
so you guys let me know. Let me know what door to knock on, and we'll make it happen.
I just found some eligibility on the floor in the studio.
Perfect.
I just found some over here. Yeah.
All right. Drop the pin. We're on our way.
Josh Albrecht, Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, a longtime buddy of mine I haven't seen in a long time. I met him once, let's be honest. It's Brad Davison.
we go way back.
Go way back. Yeah.
Dude, what are your thoughts on this? Because if there is a golden child of the NCAA that had more eligibility than the good Lord himself, it was you. And now we're seeing all this stuff of a G League guy being able to come back in. I don't know if you heard Tom Izzo and what he had to say, but as a guy that played the system perfectly in terms of eligibility, what do you think about all this?
Yeah, it's a loaded question. From a personal standpoint, loved it. I got to play 5 years at my dream school and my dream league, playing at a high level. I would take 5 more years of eligibility and just do it again. That's why I came back to coach. I couldn't get enough of the University of Wisconsin, the men's basketball program. But also with that being said, I just turned 26. I think there's a few guys playing that might be around that age as well. So there's a fine line there in terms of, I don't know if it's an eligibility question, an age question, if they've played professional before, if they've made money before. There's all sorts of these different factors that you need to look at. But the reality is that college sports has shifted and it's changed to a professional sports model, which means the usual status quo shifts as well. Now, again, there's some gray area there on what is that fine line in terms of keeping it on the straight and narrow. But the reality is we're not exactly on the straight and narrow at the moment. So there's going to be some gray/air period as we figure out what this new world looks like.
Stupid.
Well,
you said it's stupid wrong.
And Brad, the other thing is that this is the NCAA. They're in charge of multiple sports. So it's not only do you try to find a line specifically with basketball of, okay, is that the G League? Is it playing overseas? Is it where is that line? But then you have to apply those same rules to all the other NCAA Division I sports that then it's not going to line up. And that's why I feel like this is so difficult. If they're, because then what do football players say? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Can you come from the CFL or the AFL back to
right
college football?
Can you imagine just being and just against a mammoth? I mean, Rick Wagner went to West Allis Hale, where I went to school, and then he was a Badger. And then, but from the guy I knew in high school to the guy that played for the Badgers that then went to play for Baltimore, they looked like 3 different people. So if the Rick Wagner who played for Baltimore went back to the Badgers, it looked like he was going to eat everyone else on the field. Can you imagine if one of those guys ends up back in college football? Like there's just, I don't know what the line is or what they could do, but if this becomes something serious, NCAA is in trouble.
You're not wrong.
The special assistant to the head coach for UW Badger basketball, Brad Davison. It's good to have you back in Wisconsin, my man.
I appreciate you. So thankful to be here. It was a whirlwind getting back, but there's no better place to be. And my family and I are so thankful and so excited to be back in Madison, to be back a part of the program, and look forward to having a really special year here with the team and roster that we have. Everyone on our team has eligibility. Nobody's my age. So, hey, it's a good team to cheer for. You can get behind us.
Love it. Hey, stay in touch. We'd love to chat again soon, buddy.
You got it. Always my pleasure. Talk soon.
Thanks,
Brad
Brad.
Davison, 5 years with the Wisconsin Badgers. I wasn't sure if I knew he was back with the program, but I knew he played overseas, and I literally texted him, like, buddy, I have no idea what you're up to these days.
You thought he was in Spain?
No, I didn't. I looked at his Wikipedia, and I knew he played in Spain.
Okay.
I knew he was with the Badgers. My mind raced as soon as I was like, wait a minute, I wonder where Brad Davison's at.
Yeah.
In regards to, can he jump on with us?
Getting his just spur of the moment reaction to this story too, I think just proves the point of this is a big old question mark.
Yeah.
There's not like more in-depth conversations going on behind the scenes that other people at a collegiate level are talking about or no. I mean, everyone is in the same pool of, well, geez, if this happens, then what? It's scary, man. I see it from all angles. It's a problem.
It's a problem.
I'm grateful I'm not getting paid to solve it.
I think the Eagles fans are a bigger problem, and I've got stats to prove it. Monday night might get ugly, and I'm not talking about the football side of things. It does not take a fella long to understand that if you're looking to get arrested or ejected, Monday night is your night to do it. And I'm not suggesting you do that.
Yes,
I'm just simply saying the odds are ever in your favor on Monday evening. We'll talk about that next as we get ready for Packers Eagles, a playoff rematch, Monday Night Football at Lambeau Field. Stats don't lie. Eagles fans suck. I'll tell you all about it next here on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. Powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. So grateful to Brad Davison for jumping on. Maybe Sam Decker next time. What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome back inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Good morning, state of Wisconsin. Statewide on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. Wausau on 93.9 The Game. Milwaukee on 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan. Green Bay and the Fox Valley on 99.7 WNFL and 710 AM The Game in Duluth, Superior. Our thanks to Brad Davison for literally jumping on in the spur of the moment.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, what are you up to? Nothing? Good. Here's the link.
That was fun.
That was fun. He's such a good dude. Maybe we can get him on more often throughout the college basketball season.
I just love that his response was the same as ours, essentially of, yeah, I got nothing. I don't know.
So Monday night's a big deal. The Eagles come here to Green Bay with WNFL. That's where I am, by the way. Josh is in Milwaukee at 1250 AM and 105.7 FM The Fan.
That's correct.
So when I say here in Green Bay, or Josh says here in Milwaukee, that's because this team was put together knowing full well that I'm in the shadow of Lambeau Field and you are in the shadow of AmFam Field and Fiserv Forum and all the things there in Southeast Wisconsin. So, all right, Monday night's a big game. Actually, Josh Mauer, I wonder if he's coming because he's a huge Eagles fan.
Ooh.
I'll have to talk to him.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a dicey one, both on the field and off the field.
Yeah.
The headline says this: stats don't lie. Eagles fans suck. I wrote that headline.
I was going to say credit to
moi. It does not take a fellow long to research how well Lambeau Field has been doing in the arrest and ejection category. We finally got our heads on straight. I don't know if it's people not drinking as much or whatever the case may be, but we've been pretty well behaved the last few seasons at Lambeau Field. This kind of goes back to a big one that happened outside of the stadium in December of 2012. It was a Packers-Vikings game at Lambeau. There was a bar down the way, and a Vikings fan wearing a purple sombrero, who was later identified as Mark Swanson of Lakely, Minnesota, was involved in a brawl outside/near Lambeau at a local sports bar. A 50-year-old man who tried to break up the fight was knocked unconscious. Swanson was arrested and later charged with aggravated and substantial battery. It's top of mind because the Eagles fans that come into town kind of poked the bear. The Bears game had a really bad showing back in 2021. It was Packers versus Bears, December 13th. There was 9 arrests and 17 ejections, which was the season high for that year. In 2022, the season high was against the Cowboys. This doesn't surprise you, right? Bears,
No.
Cowboys.
Nope.
5 arrests, 11 ejections. The Saints came to town in 2023. 2 arrests, 4 ejections. There was a late season home game in 2024. It was Christmas Eve. 2 arrests, 5 ejections. Here come the Bears again. No arrests, but 7 ejections. And then there's 2 games of note here in 2025. Against the Panthers, there was 2 arrests and 2 ejections. And then against the Bengals, 1 arrest, 3 ejections. Those are all reasonable numbers. There's 72,000 people at Lambeau Field.
Mm-hmm.
If only 1 person gets arrested and 3 people get kicked out, we'll call that a dub.
Yeah.
Not when the Eagles come to town.
Oh, okay.
2019, Packers, Eagles. It was a Thursday night game, September 26th, Thursday night football. It was on Fox back then and the NFL Network. The game time was 7:20 p.m. Monday night's game is a late game, right?
Yep.
And I would like to believe that these late games actually pose a better chance of not having idiots because it's Monday night. People got to work on Tuesday, but that means nothing when the team from out of town is the instigator. Take a guess, unless you already looked at it on the dope sheet.
I didn't.
How many people back in 2019 when the Packers played the Eagles at Lambeau were arrested? How many were arrested? Remember, we're looking at
not ejected, arrested.
Yeah, there's 3 stats here. Actually, there's 4 stats. I'll explain.
I'm gonna go.
How many arrested?
I'm gonna go 9.
Ooh, very close. 8 arrests.
Overbid.
How many ejections?
17.
Nope. 29.
Oh my. Okay.
29 ejections. How many EMS incidents?
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's not a stat on any of these other games, by
it's
the way.
not.
But this had not only EMS incidents, but also hospital transports.
I'm gonna say. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
8 arrests, 29 ejections. How many EMS incidents last time the Eagles were at Lambeau Field?
I'm gonna say 3.
17.
Whoa. Okay, so that had to just be like a huge brawl that happened.
I think there's multiple. I think this is a spattering of incidents, and 2 people were taken to the hospital.
All right, so heightened security is what I'm hearing.
I have a note into the Green Bay Police Department to just see if they're ready.
Yeah.
Like, are you guys aware of this? I don't need to know your plan because I know you don't like to give out plans in those categories. But do you guys look at the schedule a little bit different? Or as a fan, Nicolay Law fan talking text line, 414-677-1250. Do we as Packer fans look at the schedule a little bit different when certain teams come to town? Josh, I don't know about you, but if I'm down at Lambeau Field walking around and I see somebody from the opposing team, I literally walk up to them and I go, hey, first time at Lambeau? And almost always the answer is, yeah, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
First time here. I go, that is so awesome. I am so glad you're here. I want you
Mayor
to have
Trevor over here.
The what?
Mayor Trevor over here. Welcoming everyone.
Midwest Nice. Welcoming, it's called. I want you guys to have the greatest time ever until the last second goes off the clock. Then I want your day to suck. But other than that, have a great time. And we usually laugh. And I ask, like, and I'm not walking around with a flag like, hey, talk to me. I want to welcome you to Lambeau Field.
Yeah. Kissing baby, shaking hands over here.
But if I bump into somebody or walking past somebody, I'll just engage because that's what we're known for is Midwest Nice, especially at Lambeau Field. Nobody ever talks bad about Packer fans. It's very rare, if ever, that somebody runs into something here that would make them feel that way.
It's usually Packers fans that are talking bad about Packers fans.
Yeah, right. But let's just, compare this to other teams, other stadiums.
Sure.
Would you go to a Dodgers game right now wearing Brewers stuff?
Well, yeah, they wouldn't be mean. I don't think they'd be mean because,
buddy, do a little Google search real quick.
Yeah,
not real welcoming down there in LA. Our Dodgers fans. Would you go to Philly?
I went to a Dodger game. I've been to a Philly game. The Brewers weren't playing at the time, and I was just kind of like an innocent bystander.
Relative.
But I didn't see. I mean,
you been to an Eagles game?
No,
that's what I'm talking about. Philly. Would you go to Philly in an Eagles game in Packers colors?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm not going to have an enjoyable time. I've gone to Packers-Vikings games in Minnesota, and yeah, a ton of people were saying things, and I mean, not throwing things. I mean, listen, the number one is Cubs. Why are we avoiding the number one flag being waved of Cubs fans when it's not even going to Chicago? They come to us.
But do they get in fights and arrests and ejections?
Yeah, did you not see the video of what happened? Someone punched a 10-year-old kid right below us.
It was, yeah, I understand, but that was one incident. I'm not saying that was not a bad incident. Clearly that wasn't good, but it was literally right below us, and I didn't see anything else the rest of the game. There's gonna be incidents.
I've seen multiple fights over the years between at Brewers Cubs games.
So that may be then the only comparison that we have in this category is 8 arrests, 29 ejections, 17 EMS incidents, and 2 hospital transports. Packers, Eagles, Lambeau, September 26th, 2019. You could not pay me to go to a Philadelphia Eagles game in Packers gear in Philly. And I don't know how many other teams have that moniker where I'm not even like, nope, not doing it. Don't you want to see all the stadiums? Not that one. At least not during a Packers game.
So on the Nicolay Law fan talking text line, Ann in Oconomowoc, who texts in to the show frequently, says that her son is going to the game, and he better not get in a fight. Your mom's watching. Your mom's watching, kiddo. Be on your best behavior.
I just think it's interesting. You can't get away from it. That's exactly what is in store for Monday night. we were talking yesterday here in Green Bay about which games are the worst. Is it the noon game because people ride it Saturday night, wake up early, kind of half in the bag from the night before, and then they're super rowdy, and then they stay afterwards and go and party, knowing that there's a 2-night minimum for these hotels. I mean, rare is the bird that comes into town on Saturday and leaves Sunday. It's Saturday night, Sunday night, and you get out of Dodge Monday morning. So what's worse? Is it the noon game? Is it a 3 o'clock start where you're drinking for an extra 3 hours before the game?
It's definitely not the noon game.
Is it the night games?
I think it's the night. It's the night game, or maybe you could make an argument for the 3 p.m. games. But the later it is, people still want to have that experience, and so they're just increasing the party time. And a lot of these fights and things that happen, it's not between a bunch of sober people.
No. Yeah. Have you ever seen? Oh man. I have a comeback for that, but I'll just leave it in the old
inside thought. It's one of Trevor's inside thoughts.
Yeah, you know when I'm thinking about it, when I kind of stammer, I'm like, no. I mean,
It's
over
processing.
here, it's like, no, it's totally allowed to say on the radio, but this guy over here is like, how about you don't?
Yeah.
How about we don't?
Keep that one up there in the old noggin.
It's just drunk people are stupid. There's just no. I mean, listen, it's just, especially when you mix in sports and then you mix in fans that are rowdy. And then you mix in fans that just give 0 Fs, and that's the Eagles fans. Headline of the day, stats don't lie, Eagles fans suck. Behave on Monday night.
Yeah.
That's the tweet. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
It was a good one.
When we come back, Jordan Love did not have a good birthday.
He didn't.
Tucker Kraft maybe had a worse one on Monday when he
absolutely believe he did.
The news. Bass, hey, what are you doing for your birthday? MRI. Sweet. What are you doing after that? Probably having surgery. Probably.
I think I'm gonna have some free time.
Josh wonders, what's the worst birthday present you've ever gotten? Is it bad news? Is it a bad gift? We'll share ours and then hopefully get yours on the Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line. 414-677-1250. Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Not a great birthday this past weekend for Jordan Love on Sunday, nor Tucker Kraft on Monday. Jordan Love, big fat L in the Packers and the Panthers on Sunday, this we know. And obviously Tucker Kraft got hurt, meaning ACL Dunsky.
Yeah.
And the MRI confirmed it when? On his birthday.
On
this past
his
Monday.
birthday.
And so we're wondering if you had a bad birthday ever. Did you have one of those like, oh, that's not what I was expecting on my birthday, or not the gift you were hoping for? Or maybe you're just like, you know what? I'd rather just stay in bed on this birthday for whatever reason. Hopefully it's funny and or something that you feel confident in sharing. 414-677-1250, the Nicolay Law fan talk and text line. Josh, do you have any stories?
So I will say that I've always made a bigger deal out of my birthday than a guy probably should. And so I've got a lot of great birthday memories. There was one year, though, where it was, and it was semi-recently, it was, as I was a dad, where it was, all right, we're just going to have people over to the house. And we invited like 20 friends and their families. Made a bunch of food, we bought a bunch of drinks. And one by one, people started texting me, hey, we're not going to be able to make it today. This is a day of. Hey, sorry. This came up. Oh, we're not going to be able to make it. We thought we'd be able to stop by. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, is no one going to show up today? And then one person did, and they said, where is everybody? And I went, yeah, well, a lot of people canceled. And they went, yeah, we pulled up to the house and we almost went home because we didn't see any cars and we thought we had the date wrong. And I was just like, oh, this is beyond embarrassing. And then we had like a bunch of food that we ended up, sending home with them. But it was like, we had this plan for like the whole house to be filled. And then it ended up being like 4 people were there total.
The way you just described that was exactly how my 30th birthday went, only for different reasons. So I love to have friends get together and have fun. That's like my jam.
Yeah.
That is my jam. And as my 30th birthday was approaching, I was asking our closest friends, like, hey, let's go out to dinner. Hey, let's get a trolley or a limo, or let's do something big because my wife's birthday and mine are close together. They're 3 weeks apart.
Okay.
And so I was like, let's do something for both of our 30th. And nobody wanted to do it. And I was like, I am a horrible person.
Yeah. Well, you guys just not like me? What's going on?
Well, what's wrong? Nobody, to the point where I was like, wow, bud, like you need to evaluate your life here. Nope. Amanda threw a 30th birthday surprise party for me. And so literally on our way to dinner, because I had finally whined enough to make sure some of my friends could go out to dinner with us, they're like, we have to stop at the CNC pub, which is a sweet little corner towny bar here in De Pere.
Yeah.
We got to stop there. I'm like, why do we have to stop there? No, we have to stop.
Okay.
Like, fine.
I know where this is going.
Yep. Walk right in. Surprise.
Yeah.
And I consider myself a very aware person. Like I'm aware of my surroundings, aware of the things going on. I had no clue. None.
You had nothing.
Like, wow. Pay attention, bro.
Got past you. We got a lot of good ones coming in so far. And I mean, yeah, they're coming in hot and heavy here on the Nicolay Law fan talk and text line. We want to hear yours too. 414-677-1250. 414 said, worst present I ever got on my birthday was a divorce. Well, yep, that one's tough.
Bad for you.
920 says, worst birthday gift was watching the Packers lose to the Steelers in 2017 as time expired on my birthday. Yikes.
414. There's a good one. Got diagnosed with cancer on my birthday. All is well now.
Okay.
But definitely not a good birthday present.
Yeah. Like on your birthday. Like couldn't have been like the next day. It had to be on your actual birthday. Woof. Abby here in the 920 says, I just got my debit card locked trying to get my son some jerseys for his 16th birthday next week.
What?
That's what you go to the bank.
Your debit card got locked.
Like,
Abby, text us back, please. What do you mean?
No, like it won't, like fraud. They're worried about fraud.
But this kid has one chance at his 10th birthday, and if mom's trying to get some jerseys ordered and can't quite figure it out, like, what's the problem here? 16th birthday?
No, if it's for his 16th birthday. She goes on to say that
geez.
the 10th birthday probably was worse.
Way worse.
Yeah.
Dad passed away 5 days before. My God. Well, let's make sure this kid gets jerseys.
Yes,
if you need,
please.
Abby, if you need help, text us back, would you? That's not going to happen. He's getting a jersey.
Matt from Waukesha said, for my 20th birthday, as I was pulling into the driveway, my transmission went out on my car.
And at 20 years old, that's where that car sat for a minute, most likely. I don't know about you at 20. Here's a good one.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's the 21st birthday from the 414. The worst birthday was my 21st birthday where I drank way too much. I didn't last past 10 p.m. in Madison, hungover for 3 days. My 21st, people are giving me shots of water, and I didn't even notice the difference.
Yeah,
we got time for a couple more.
All right, how about this one from the 414? I went to Potawatomi, lost $800 thinking I was coming home to a surprise from my wife. Turns out she forgot my birthday, and I bought my own cake.
Oh, my God.
Happy birthday.
Jacob in a van. My son's birthday in 2018, we had an ice storm in April. Brought a tree down in my yard. Nobody came in 2019 other than snowstorms in April. Oh, man. These are good.
Yeah, 4 and 4. I had to work on my birthday at the bowling alley. I had to clean up puke 4 times. Ooh, that's a lot of times.
If you're the bartender, that's your fault.
Oh, it's true.
The Badgers lost to Duke in the championship on my birthday. And by the way, I still hate Grayson Allen because of it. Me too. I literally, when Grayson Allen became a Buck, I was like, can't do it. Not gonna do it.
A lot of people felt that way.
Outstanding. All right, a lot of bad birthdays. If it's your birthday, hope it's a good one.
Yeah.
All right,
thoughts and prayers to Tucker Kraft.
Yeah, jeez.
That's
bad
rough.
Bad birthday. Here's a surgery date, bud. Have a great one.
Yep.
And
Happy
some
birthday.
crutches, maybe a wheelchair. All right, at the top of this next hour, our guy Wes Hodkiewicz from Packers.com joins us to preview all things Monday Night Football. Eagles coming to Lambeau. He's the senior writer for Packers.com. Follow him on Twitter at Wes Hod. Follow us on Twitter as well at Trevor Thomas IW, at On Air Josh, the network at WI Sports Radio, the show at Inside with Sports. You can also watch us live on Twitter, x.com/@WI Sports Radio, and on YouTube. Just search Inside Wisconsin Sports. You'll be able to find us. Wes Hodkiewicz up next at the top of the hour here on Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. A big dub for Marquette at the Fiserv Forum last night. Giannis not suiting up for Marquette just yet.
Not yet.
I guess we'll see. But he's not done yet.
That's right.
What's up, Wisconsin? Welcome in Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh, live from the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Trevor Thomas at WNFL in Green Bay. Josh Albrecht at 1250 AM and 105.7 FM, The Fan in Milwaukee.
Hi.
Across the state of Wisconsin, 93.9 The Game in Wausau and 710 AM The Game in Duluth Superior. Good morning to you. Joining us now, our guy, Wes Hodkiewicz. Packers.com senior writer. What are you laughing at, Wes? That was quick.
My face coming up on the screen. I'm not used to this type of technology, Trevor. I'm an old guy. This is
I thought
awesome.
you were laughing at us. All right.
No, I would never laugh at you.
I see you on social media all the time, Wes. It's not.
Yeah. What am I missing? Wes Hodkiewicz, Packers.com senior writer and host, by the way, of one of the 1,732 Packers podcasts that there are. This one's called Packers Unscripted with Mike Spofford and Wes Hodkiewicz.
Did you know that, Wes? Were you familiar with how many Packers podcasts there are?
I was not, but you know what? If there was ever anyone that was going to sleuth that out for me, it was going to be Trevor. So I appreciate him finding that information for me for sure.
Totally made up number. Totally made up.
Oh, it was? Oh,
yeah. Shocker.
weird.
I believe
what do we
it.
need to know about Monday? Well, before we get to Monday.
Yeah.
Is everybody okay over there after this last Sunday? What's the state of the union over there at 1265?
Yeah, I think at Lambeau they are. Obviously, we haven't been in the locker room since after the game on Sunday. But, yeah, the thing about it is, guys, and you both know this, I mean, the way the NFL works, there's always going to be big injuries. There's always going to be key guys that you're going to lose at what feels like the worst part, the season that you could possibly do that. And Tucker Kraft is going to be a really difficult guy for the Green Bay Packers to replace. There's no doubt about that. But, you did get Christian Watson back. It sounds like, sooner than later, Jaden Reed will be back in the fold as well. Luke Musgrave stepped up. He's been in the spot before. He's going to have to play a lot. He's only played 32% of the offensive snaps so far this year. He's going to have to take on a lot of that pass catching role that Tucker vacates. But Green Bay's depth and all these plethora of receiving weapons and players that can go with the football, it's been put in place for a reason. And unfortunately, now for the Packers, the second half of the year, they're going to have to try to maximize it.
So, Wes, we've been all season long trying to figure out who the heck this Packers team is, what they are. How can we, as fans, watch this team and feel a certain way? And the Packers have made that very difficult so far to go into a football game as a fan knowing or thinking what to expect.
Yeah.
We've seen them play to their competition. We've had struggling games. We've had great games. What Packers team do you think we're going to see against the Eagles?
Honestly, I think we could probably end up seeing the best version of them just based on how the season has gone so far. I forget who I was. I think I was talking with, I don't know if this was Rob, but there's someone I was chatting with about this, about how last year, Green Bay, the big criticism with them was they beat all the teams they were supposed to beat, right? I mean, they swept the AFC South. They did well against the West and the NFC. But then when it was those big-time matchups, like the Eagles in the playoff game, they fell short. This year, I think this team has been a team that has shown out and showed, obviously, from day one against the Lions that they can compete with the very best, but it's been trying to put away these opponents that I think a lot of outsiders would think would be lesser than them. Obviously, we saw what the Packers were in terms of the favorites going in against Carolina. So in that way, it was a frustrating performance. But for Green Bay to be playing the Philadelphia Eagles, it is going to be a matchup at Lambeau Field, Monday Night Football, bright lights. They've yet to lose in Monday Night Football underneath Matt LaFleur. This has been the type of matchup that they've risen for. The challenge for them is going to be that you're going against a team that has been very stingy with the giveaways. I think there's only been 3 so far this year from Philly. That's number 1 in the league. And Green Bay in the takeaway front is the second fewest with 5. So there's a lot of things that are going to be hurdles to beating a team the caliber of the Eagles. But yeah, as far as the heads or tails, one week to another, I don't know how much you can actually take out of the Carolina game going into Philly.
Wes Hodkiewicz from Packers.com joining us on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. All right. So now if we look to Monday night, we talked earlier about the fans and their rowdiness and things not going well when Philly comes into town, but they are quite like us in terms of their schedule this year in that they have a really bad loss against the Giants. Do the Packers find value in these comparables to the points of just which team is going to show up, or are they just going, hey, these dudes won the Super Bowl last year and they're 6-2 and we need to take this one pretty serious? Or you think fans are pissed now? Wait.
So, it's funny on Monday because of what happened against the Panthers, it all was about reflecting on that game and where they fell short. Those typical Monday pressers, we typically will be able to at least push the bar forward a little bit and talk with Matt about the upcoming opponent. We really didn't get into that very much, especially with the extra day. But that being said, I think if they probably would definitely shield towards the latter with that. When you look at what Philadelphia has done, and certainly Jalen Hurts, the Packers have seen it. We make so much out of the tush push. That was the big headline coming out of those matchups with the Eagles last year. But Jalen Hurts was very successful against them, whether it was running the ball back in Sao Paulo with his feet, whether it was some of the plays and explosives he made downfield with his arm. This is a true test. And certainly for the Packers run defense that got humbled a little bit against Rico Dowdle. Well, now you're going against one of the very best in the game in Saquon Barkley. So across the board, this is a supreme challenge for Green Bay. But conversely, if you ever wanted something that could be the Listerine to that loss against the Panthers, it would be taking out an opponent of this caliber.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people after that loss to the Panthers and now looking forward said that this was a trap game. The Panthers game was a trap game because they were looking forward to the Eagles matchup. And there was a list of things that Packers fans could complain about and focused on. But one of the biggest in that game was just the decision-making from Matt LaFleur. And I'm wondering, is that something that's going to continue to be a topic of conversation? Or if Matt and the team just get it right against the Eagles, things get back on track?
Well, not to pull out my old Mike McCarthyisms, but it is like anything, right? It's going to be a conversation until you change the narrative. And for Matt LaFleur, for this offense, they got to get back on the tracks. It's been, as Jordan Love said after the game, way too inconsistent. For as explosive as they've been and as many big plays as they've been, to have these episodes, if you want to call them that, where they just get completely shut down, or in this game against Carolina, which was just so weird in that they had 7 possessions, did not punt, almost 200 total yards on the first 3 possessions, had 3 points. It was just such an anomaly in terms of just the overall. If you put that game in a vacuum, you'd be like, okay, well, this thing is, what is this? Let's move forward. But unfortunately, you had what happened against Cleveland a month ago. You've had that slow start against Arizona. So people naturally are going to think about these things. But I think for the biggest challenge that Green Bay faces offensively right now is figuring out, okay, what are we going to be as a football team, especially now that Tucker Kraft is not available. He's sort of been the safety valve, right? In a lot of ways, when they've needed something to get them going, he's been the guy that's done it. They probably don't win that game against Arizona without him, right? When you look at how he got them going offensively against Pittsburgh, that guy's out of the equation now. Okay, so who's going to be the guy that you're going to look towards? Last year, a lot of times it was Josh Jacobs. He had more rushing yards than any other running back in the first half last year. This year, that's been a struggle. It's been a struggle to have the consistent starting 5 offensive line up there in front of them as well. So it's a roundabout answer, but I think for the Packers, if you go out there and you have 2 huge opponents coming up, not only with Philly, but they could win or lose against Philly, and you have to win against New York, right? That's going to be the outside narrative. If you can build momentum through those last 2 matchups against the East, I think that is ultimately what's going to allow fans to start to be a little bit more calm and balanced with what they're seeing. Because right now, I know with our inbox and the fan outreach we have, people are just in a state of flux right now because I think what you said, they just aren't sure on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis exactly what offense they're going to see.
Are they going to throw the tush push in our face for trying to ban that thing over the last offseason? I have a feeling that's going to come back to haunt us on Monday. Is that?
It may come back to haunt the Packers, but I think they're going to see it regardless. This is a huge part of the Eagles' offensive identity. I've made my stance very clear on this. I've been saying this for 2 years. I think it's an unofficiable play. I know the Packers talked a lot about the safety aspect of it, and maybe there's credence to that. I don't know. But the officials can't get it right. They can't. The alignment is weird. You're seeing all these slow motion clips now. Basically, all these clips we're seeing in TV now that have been brought up on talk shows and in talking head things, we've been seeing those the last few years. It's just that finally it seems like the cameras are zooming in on it more. The false starts, the different things that are going on. It is what it is. And the one thing that bothers me about it, because I was at the owners' meetings when this got shot down or tabled, whatever you want to call it, back in March, was that there was this idea that it's a toughness thing. It's not a toughness thing. There's nobody on the Packers defense that isn't tough enough to defend the tush push. There's no one in the National Football League that's backing down from trying to defend the tush push. But it's the mockery that it became in the NFC Championship game, and it's the ability of the officials to actually be able to appropriately call it. That's where I look at it. So if the Eagles use that as a badge of honor or they use it as a bulletin board material for this week, that's fine. But on 3rd and short, 4th and short, Green Bay was going to see it regardless. I mean, it's up to the Packers now to try to find a way to stop it.
In the game against Carolina, Wes, everyone was focusing on the offensive struggles, mostly because Carolina still didn't put up a ton of points. Yeah. That being said, we also saw that Micah Parsons didn't have a lot of pressure. The defense in general wasn't pressuring the quarterback a whole bunch. How the defense itself has been very inconsistent. How do they get that back on track? That has nothing to really do with a Matt LaFleur decision playbook call. How does that get fixed?
I would push back slightly on the very inconsistent thing with the defense. I actually think the defense has been relatively consistent. I think the issue has been some of obviously the fourth quarters, trying to close out games and that sort of thing. And obviously this dink and dunk offense that they've been seeing a lot throughout the course of the year. The challenge with Carolina was Bryce Young dropped back 20 times. And if you go back and look at the 21 pass rushing snaps that Parsons took in that game, I mean, the guy's seeing an unbelievable amount of bodies being thrown at him to defend him. The challenge has always been, since the very beginning of the season, if Parsons is getting that much attention, who's taking advantage of it? Green Bay didn't take advantage of it. They only had 2 quarterback hits on Young. One of them was the strip sack that Carolina ended up being able to jump on top of. The key, though, when you bring back the consistency piece, is being able, drive in and drive out, to feel like you're going to be able to impose your will the way that they did the first couple weeks of the season. I think that somewhat in the last couple games has been, I don't want to say lost, but you're losing that a little bit because of how offenses are attacking Green Bay. I thought Jeff Hafley handled this question really well, because he was asked about, the way that teams are going at them. You're going to have short drives. You're going to have short plays. You're going to have teams trying to be very high percentage with the ball. That's going to lead to less takeaways. That's going to lead to less sacks. If you can keep them off the board, that's great. That's ultimately what it comes down to. How many points are on that scoreboard at the end of the game? But if it's not happening, that's where it's going to be who's going to step up and make their presence known on top of Micah Parsons. Because I think Parsons right now, the level that he's playing at is a defensive player of the year level when you look at the amount of attention he's drawing. But defensively, the other 10 guys on the field, how do you take advantage of what offenses, the respect that they're showing Parsons?
Wes Hodkiewicz, senior writer, Packers.com, on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network guest hotline, powered by Gruber Law. One call. That's all. One more, and then you're out of here. Very simple.
One more, and I'm all.
Will Jair Alexander appoint himself captain against the Packers?
Oh man, I'm curious to see. Honest to goodness, this is no shit. I'm really curious to see if Job plays. I don't really know what happened in Baltimore, but I obviously read the tea leaves and saw the tweets and those type of things, and it did kind of somewhat feel like a continuation of what was happening in Green Bay the last year or so. Yeah, I wish the best for Ja. I've said this over and over and over again.
After this week.
Yeah, for sure. After this week, right? Yeah.
Clarify. Yeah.
Jair Alexander is a good dude. I've said it for years. I mean, he is a good, well-meaning dude. As far as what this whole thing has been the last 2-3 years, I don't understand it. I never was able to really get my finger on it. I thought maybe after the fiasco in Carolina 2 years ago that maybe that would solve everything. It didn't. And obviously it was a very unique, weird situation that unfolded with the Ravens. So he wasn't playing very much. From what it sounded like when he did play, he wasn't playing particularly well. So what can he offer to the Eagles? We'll find out. But yeah, I would imagine this time, Trevor, Ja probably keeps himself on the sideline for that coin toss.
Goody's got a magic 8-ball that works. Does it not seem like he can tell the future with a lot of these guys, whether it's Rodgers or Ja or Jordy Nelson? I mean, this goes back a minute where Goody just seems to get the timing of these things really right.
It's hard to do. It's not easy because the natural tendency is, even if a player is slipping, to want to hold on to all that positive energy and what they contributed, and being able to maintain that, right? Hoping that you're going to pull something back out of it. And a lot of times it doesn't end very well, and it ends sometimes even worse than when you have to just cut and move forward. Obviously, the Jordy situation was a little bit different because there was some stuff with Rodgers as well. But yeah, I think the Packers don't cut players very often, and they don't really do that type of thing very often. But even last year with the trade with Preston Smith, I mean, there was just kind of this feeling of when it might be time to move forward. And for Green Bay, I think with this defense and just honestly, dude, knowing what's going to happen on Sunday, right? There were so many times where with Jai it was Friday or Saturday and we weren't sure, or sometimes it looked like he was going and then he wouldn't. They've in some ways been able to kind of resolve themselves of that this year.
Hey, you want to jump on Tuesday morning at 6:15 a.m.?
Oh, no? God. 6:15?
Yeah. You're telling us.
Oh.
You're telling us.
That's the gimmick? You guys, that's when you have to get this thing on the road here?
No, earlier than that, 6 a.m.
6 a.m. I might pull an all-nighter. I don't know how else to do it. I don't think that's a good idea. I won't be able to talk
sleep in the
well.
studio is what you do.
Not doing it. Need a CPAP. There's an outlet right there. I got it. Wes Hodkowitz.
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock's early for me, so I sympathize with you guys. I'm sorry.
4 a.m. somehow. All right, brother. Thanks for jumping on this morning. Wes Hodkowitz, Packers.com. We'll chat soon.
Thank you, guys.
The Wisconsin Sports Radio Network guest hotline powered by Gruber Law. One call, that's all. I just realized that you're not going to be here Tuesday morning.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Such a jerk move after a Monday night, Monday night game.
It's one of the biggest mistakes I've made recently of just having good intentions and then just not doing my homework.
You're going to Disney?
Yeah, that's the family trip. And here's the thing. Julie wanted to leave on Friday after Jordy's done with school. And I said, no, I can't, because I can't miss 2 Packer games. And she said, all right, fine, we'll leave Monday night after you do the show Monday. And I went, okay, fair. Packers play Monday night.
Whoopsie.
Oh.
I got it.
Listen, I'll call in and be very happy or yell.
Get Mickey on the horn, too. Let's get his thoughts on the game.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be fine.
Up next, I want to know, Matt LaFleur's back on the podium. We haven't heard him since Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, first time back. There are so many keyboard warriors on social media that are calling for all sorts of things in regards to the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. Picture yourself in the room today and honestly come up with a question for Matt LaFleur that you would ask that doesn't immediately get you removed from the auditorium. That's what I want to know. What are you going to ask that's a legit question of Matt LaFleur? And you can't be dumb, because that's not how this works.
I know, but that's tough because I'm very dumb.
Tough. Well, but I've been in that room, and you don't get to ask dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Now, you can, per the New York media, ask questions that maybe the Green Bay Packers media doesn't ask. And I'm not throwing stones. I'm just saying it's just different in New York is all. So you're in the room. Not to quote Hamilton, you're in the room where it happens. In the room where it happens. What are you asking? It's today at about 11 o'clock. So shoot them over. The Nicolay Law Fan Talking Text Line, 414-677-1250. It's Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh. Remember, the Bucks and Giannis haven't been getting the foul calls they deserve lately, and they believe they should. What does Trey Crosby of the Cream City Crossover think? Find out 9 to noon with Kuhn this morning at 11 a.m. here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. Get your questions in. Coach comes to the podium. What you got? Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook. Welcome back inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. Follow us on Twitter at Trevor Thomas IW, at On Air Josh, at WI Sports Radio, and at Inside Wis Sports. All right, so you're in the room today when Matt LaFleur comes back to the podiums for the first time since Monday. We'll also hear from the players today for the first time. What questions do you have for Coach? What do you want to see out of him in these next press conferences, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, in order for us to feel better about the way the Packers are going to perform on Monday night? I know I've got one real quick one.
Okay.
There's some good ones on the Nicolay Law fan talk and text line. I know you have a couple, Josh, but my first question is, we all understand 4th and 8 didn't work out. Do you have a 4th down philosophy, or is it in the moment? Because 2 weeks ago, it was in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
This last week, it felt like you were following a philosophy in that you had the play in your head that you were going to use, and you didn't think it was going to be 4th and 8. You thought it was going to be 4th and 3. So as you progress in the season now, Coach, what's your 4th down philosophy? No.
Yeah, that's a good one. I was trying to think about how to get to that same answer of him. If I could just ask anything, of saying, let's talk about your confidence level when having to make a decision on 4th down and why it's not there. Can't say that. So the way, I was like, how do you phrase it differently? That's a good way. I was going to say, can you walk us through the process that you and the coaching staff go through in situations where it's potentially 4th down, or there's going to be a decision that has to be made on 4th down? Because I am curious to know, is it something to where it's just he analyzes it in the moment and has to make that decision? And if that is the answer, I don't like it. I don't like that answer.
I wonder if we could just ask him, what is your belief about 4th down? Because let's be real, up until 2-3 years ago, this really wasn't a conversation. Somewhere the analytics proved that you should be going for it more times than you're not on 4th down. It was never a question in the past if it was 4th and 3 in the red zone, if you were going to kick the field goal or not. It was never a question.
Nope.
And now apparently it is. To the Nicolay Law fan talk and text line, 414-677-1250. TJ in Wausau. Coach, what adjustments do you plan, I think he means, what adjustments do you plan to make on the offense? Currently, it doesn't seem to be in sync, and we're not taking advantage of certain players' skill sets. That's a fascinating realization.
Yeah.
Would you say, Josh, that the offense doesn't seem in sync?
At times, yeah. And I think that now that Tucker Kraft's not going to be in there, it's going to make it even more less in sync.
So that might be a good way to word that per TJ and Wausau's question. Hey, Coach, without Tucker Kraft now, there's a chance that the offense may be out of sync. Do you have plans, or have you talked about what that looks like to make sure that you don't lose ground on the offensive side?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, we practice, Kraft is a huge part of this team, but, he's out. And so, it's next man up mentality, and we're practicing that, and we're going to be ready for the game against the Eagles.
It could be what do you want me to tell you? You want me to tell the game plan?
Right. This is more fun. You ask the question, I'll give you what his answer would be.
You're going to play Coach. All right. Nate in North Milwaukee. Matt, Browns head coach just recently gave up play calling duties. Would you, and what can you, in regards to that realm, what are your thoughts? Are you okay calling plays still? Where do you land on that? Yeah,
every team has a different setup for how they do things, how they try to find success. We have ours here, and I think we've been successful so far. We have 2 losses. We're still in first place in the division, and we're going to keep working hard at, being the best team we can be. Our coaching staff is being better.
Next question. You know what? I went from, hey, let's ask legit questions and see if we can't figure out what the right thing to do is. I'm much more interested now in all these BS questions that are coming in.
That's fine. Go ahead. I'll still answer them.
Hey, Lululemon boy, how much time do you spend on your eyebrows and your hair before the game?
believe it or not, I get asked this a decent amount, but this is actually how I wake up. I wake up and I just look this handsome. It's just the way that things work for me, and I don't have to try to be better at this one thing in my life because it just already works.
Next question. Hey, Matt, do you have any empirical studies to show us that complaining in a different way every week leads to new success? The idea of this was, what legit questions do you want to ask? Screw it. I want to know all your crappiest questions that you're not going to be able to ask, but yet we'll have Coach LaFleur, a.k.a. Josh Albrecht, go ahead and answer them. So, hey, Coach, what are you going to complain about this time?
Yeah, I don't really think that it's complaining. It's just trying to find a way to be better. Every week we're going out there, we're trying to be better, and there are definitely frustrating times during the game. When opportunities present themselves, we don't take advantage of it, and that it's on me to be better. It's on the refs to be better. It's on our team to be better, and we're just that's what we're working on in practice, and every day we're just trying to be better.
Jacob in a van. Hey, Coach. Hey, Jacob in a van here from the Jacob in a Van Times. Do you think if the play isn't right, is it better to take the 5-yard delay of game instead of using a timeout, especially in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, these are all things that we practice and we talk about throughout the week, and obviously every situation is different. And I trust our team to make the right decisions, and if it happens to be that we need to call a timeout to make sure that we have the right play, and then we're going to do it. But those are things that we work in, week out, work on week in, week out, and we just that's how we get better. And we got to be better every week.
I feel like we have to explain here quick that that's not actually Matt LaFleur, just in case the wrong people are listening. Like, we're simply reading questions that listeners have that maybe Coach should consider. Coach, you've said it's on me a lot. Is it on you?
Yeah, listen, it's on all of us, but I definitely take responsibility. I have to have these guys ready. I got to have them ready before every game, and when you see some of these mistakes, these are unacceptable, and I know that comes back to me and our team, and that's why that's the focus in practice, and that's what we got to do to be better.
Hey, Coach, hypothetically. This is so dumb. Hypothetically, if you were to say be jobless sometime soon, is there a city you think you would move to right away, or do you plan to stick around here for a bit?
Yeah, listen, I'm not worried about those what ifs. I'm too focused in on what's happening this week, and I've got to focus on our next opponent and what we're doing as a team, and focusing on practice and our fundamentals. And no, those are things we're not focusing on right now.
All right. Go off script here for a second and let's just chat about this.
I would like to point out that in doing this, even to the BS questions that people want to ask, this is what Matt LaFleur does. This is how easy it is for him to give you a non-answer.
You're real good at it.
To every question.
Real good at it. Somebody just said, "Oh my God, you sound just like Matt LaFleur."
Be better.
It's on me.
It's gotta be better. It's on me.
On me. Okay. This person says, would you consider bringing Mike McCarthy back to assist on fourth down decisions? Don't answer that.
Okay.
Ultimately, as Packer fans, this is kind of how we feel. So what was actually supposed to be an exercise of, no, really, what would you ask him? We kind of went down a path of, we're going to get the same friggin' answer every single time we ask Matt a question, specifically as the game gets closer, right? How was he on the XYZ injury report? He was limited, Bill. He was limited, Bill.
Right.
Right. I get it. I understand. It's easy for us to be critical of it, sitting in these chairs with these mics on these radio airwaves and online, right?
Well, listen, a ton of fans like to go out and say that the media are soft and scared to ask Matt LaFleur these questions. Right now, we're saying, prove us wrong. Ask the questions, and I'll be Matt LaFleur, and I'll prove to you why it doesn't matter.
Because you're going to get the same answer.
Because you're going to get the same answer.
We talked about this earlier in the week. At some point, somebody at some level has to come up to Matt and go, Matt, you can't say it's on you anymore, buddy, because it's totally on you. So if it's on you and it keeps being on you and the question keeps coming up, how are we not going to make it on you? Like, what's the plan for it not to be on you?
It's a great question, but I don't see that going away unless they win. You don't get those answers on the wins because it doesn't have to. That's not on him. It doesn't have to be better. When they win the game, the responses are, yeah. I mean, Jordan played great. Yeah, great. Yeah, exceptional day. He was moving around great in the pocket. Released the ball perfectly. Receivers were running their routes, and that's how we find success. And that's that's what we try to do every week. If it's on him, that's when it's never the player's fault. It's my fault because we got to be better.
First off, we're having fun, right? This is just kind of one of those things where we know what answers we're going to get and know which ones we're not. Let's just go. I feel the need to say that before I read this text.
Okay, go ahead.
Jason in the 920. Well, I know a morning show that's never going to get Matt LaFleur on the show.
Oh, I hope we do. I'd love to do it. I like this one in the 262 that said, "Can we get Craig Counsell in here for a few questions?"
Listen.
I grew up here, and I'm one of you. So I feel you with the Packers, but
and that's the point of the conversation. At some point, I mean, listen, it did not take someone long to immediately tweet, all right, here are the things we're going to hear from Matt LaFleur after the game. And it was dead on.
Right.
All of the things that we know we're going to hear after the game is spot on. I don't know if that's a knock on Matt LaFleur. I don't know if it's a knock on the way the Packers are playing right now, specifically in this last game. But at some point, if you can literally predict what's going to be said, I think that's a problem.
Well, and it's different. It's just based on who the person is. When Lions fans and the Lions media go and they listen to Dan Campbell, they know what they're going to get too. But what they're going to get is more raw emotion, maybe a little bit of rambling, and into things that you go, all right, you kind of got off on a tangent there. I'm not exactly something about biting kneecaps and we're in the water now. I don't understand.
Is that what we're fighting as Packer fans, though, Josh? I mean, are we sitting here going, give us something?
Yeah, we want
something
balance.
Screwed up.
Yeah, we want Matt LaFleur to go out there and go, every week I feel like I come in here and I'm saying it's on me. But listen, we called the plays. We had a good scheme. We put it out here and we didn't execute. The team didn't do what they were supposed to do. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating for me too, because we spent a lot of time this week prepping for this game to be this way. And then there's only so much that I can do. And then the players have to execute it. And today we didn't execute it. He's never going to do that. It's always going to be, it's on me.
I'm not asking for Woody Johnson to come out and say, hey, Justin Fields, would you throw a touchdown pass for the love of God?
Right.
That doesn't work either. But maybe the point is that there seems to be disconnect. And so whether it's the kicker thing or Jordan Love coming out and saying, well, Matt made the call there. I mean, like, it just to this texter's point, there's something not in sync. And then poofy smoke. 2 weeks ago, we have a game like we did, and Tucker Kraft comes out of the woodwork like he did, and we're like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah,
that's what Wes was saying. I think we're going to get the Packers team to show up this weekend, the one that beat the Lions, and the one that beat the Steelers, and the one that put 40 on the Cowboys in Dallas. We shall see. We know for sure what fans we're getting in the Eagles fans coming into town. It does not take one long to do a quick Google search. My son did this for us. Oh. Hey, Google, who are the meanest fans in the NFL? Number 1, Eagles. Number 2, Dallas Cowboys, especially when they keep hitting you in the head with one of those towels. Number 3,
Google
Las Vegas Raiders. Boy, I did not experience that in Vegas. Nicest fans in the NFL, by the way, the Packers and the San Francisco 49ers. That's
interesting.
No surprise. How am I going to watch the game on Monday? That's my question.
Ooh.
That's what's up in Wisconsin for me today. It is decision-making time, and I am still not well.
Yeah, you gotta figure that out, bud.
And Monday Night Football came and went this past week, and it wasn't on my TV. All of the election stuff on Tuesday by a particular Disney-owned network, not on my TV. Do we believe the Packers have the power to go, enough? Wisconsin needs Packers football. Figure it out, you two. Figure it out.
No.
What's Up, Wisconsin is next. Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network, powered by the Potawatomi Sportsbook.
Hey, it's Josh Albrecht here for my friends at Henry Flock Steakhouse in West Dallas. Henry Flock's is always introducing some new items like their calamari, seasoned perfectly and served with house-made vodka sauce. Speaking of the vodka sauce, you got to try the shrimp and scallop pasta topped with Parmesan. It is so good. And don't forget about their incredible drinks like the Ruby Slipper or your classic supper club favorites like a pink squirrel or orange dreamsicle ice cream drink. Whether it's an exceptional steak or something different, there's always an amazing meal waiting for you at Henry Flock Steakhouse. It's so much more than just a steak place.
All right, Wisconsin, what's up? Welcome back inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. What's up? What are we doing tonight?
What's up?
I think we're watching badminton or
Ooh.
bags or one of those Ocho channels. Do I get that with my TV package? No, I don't. No, sure don't.
I think that's actually the only thing you get.
I don't think so. If it starts with an E and ends in a spin, not having it.
I was trying to think of what that could possibly be besides ESPN. I got nothing.
That's it. That's nailed it.
What do you mean? You got football. Thursday night football tonight.
Football. Yeah. Is that, do I get that in my YouTube TV package?
No, but I mean, that's Prime.
I might actually. Oh yeah. See? God.
But I don't know how many people just don't have Amazon Prime. Like, especially if you got like family, you got kids and stuff. I don't know. Like, we need to have Prime. So
Brian in the 920 is going to Uline Soccer Park in Milwaukee after work for a 4:30 D4 state soccer semifinal between the number 1 ranked Oostburg Flying Dutchman and Madison-Dade County. See? There are sports to be had this evening outside of Thursday night football. I like it. What are the rest of you doing? The Nicolay Law Fan Talking text line, 414-677-1250. I just asked AI, are YouTube and Disney going to figure this out? Short answer, not yet. Now, I did see a report, for what it's worth, that they're at least talking, which is good.
okay.
Because silence is bad, meaning if they're not talking, they're not making any progress.
Sure.
So it sounds like offers are being made. We're talking about YouTube TV, still not having to deal with Disney. People are texting in, hey, dummy, they have these things called antennas.
Mm-hmm.
They
do.
You know, screw into the back of your TV and you get your local channels. I know.
Oh,
I know.
okay.
That's the point is I'm paying between $80 and $90 a month for a service that as of 2 weeks ago, I was completely happy with. As a matter of fact, as of 2 weeks ago, I was a huge cheerleader for YouTube TV. I use it for work.
Mm-hmm.
I literally sat there during the games with my MacBook on my lap, TV, YouTube TV on the TV, watching the game, YouTube TV in sync on my laptop. And if something happens worthwhile, I rewind 15 seconds on my laptop, record the audio onto my MacBook, and we're all sorts of prepared for a morning after a Packers game. Can't do that. So it's not about the antenna. I'll figure out how to watch it. It's, do I got to switch to DirecTV? I think that's the question.
I mean, you can buy yourself time.
How?
If you just get the antenna.
I'm not afraid to watch it. Can I not complain and have you just go, it'll be okay?
No, that's for the morning mind dump, bud. That was at 7.
Or past it?
Yeah, you missed that. We got one from the 414 here that said, tonight, not much sports, so I'm searching for hotels for spring training since the Brewers announced their schedule yesterday. Spring training schedule announced yesterday. People already looking to book those hotels, get out of the cold, and go see some baseball in Arizona.
Jason in the 920, another night of bowling, back-to-back nights is already dragging. The season's only a third of the way done.
It's such a long season.
If you own a bowling hall, though, it's genius. How do I make people guaranteed to come in as often as possible? I'll do a season that lasts every last day it's cold in Wisconsin.
Yeah, that's true.
Literally, that's what it is. Now I'm intrigued about spring training. Have you ever been to spring training?
I have. I went one time. It was great.
Was it great?
Yeah. I mean, for one, you're going when it's still cold in Wisconsin. And so you get to, throw shorts on and enjoy the nice weather. But then it's also kind of like a baseball preview. You get all those fuzzy feelings about baseball and you're seeing the team play, and it's just, but without the pressure. And so you're enjoying all the fun things about it, and you're not having to worry about the record yet.
The 920 taking the wife up to Bayfield County to go UTV. Going to try and make it to Superior via the trails. Well, listen to us on 710 a.m.
There you go. Ding, ding,
Duluth,
ding.
Superior on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network. So, Josh, we have you for tomorrow and then again on Monday, but then not for a week.
Yeah, then I'm going to be gone. This was a trip that was planned, honestly, before I knew I was going to be doing a radio show with you, bud.
I get it.
It
I went
was
to Dallas.
It was out a while, and like I said, the big thing is that when I knew there was even a possibility of a show happening, I told the missus, I said, "No, I can't be gone for 2 Packer post shows in a row." And she said, "All right, no problem. I get it. We won't leave on Friday. We'll leave Monday after you're done with the show." I went, "Okay, great." Packer game's Monday night.
Whoa, real quick news just kind of broke this morning, not to be the bearer of bad news, but it looks like a defensive end from the Cowboys passed away overnight.
Oh, boy.
24 years old. This found unresponsive as of this morning. He was a second-round pick in the 2024 NFL draft. Wow. All right, we'll watch on that.
Yeah.
We'll get to talk with you tomorrow, Josh. No big deal. We'll talk to you again on Monday, and then you're going to enjoy Disney. All right. That's
Sounds good.
Sad news. All right.
Yeah.
Inside Wisconsin Sports with Trevor and Josh.
Yeah, tune in tomorrow because we are not done yet.